Please bear with me. Today I'm coming here ready for bed. I ended up having a busy day than I expected, and so here we are. It's time for me to be in bed, but I devoted myself to doing this with everybody. If I were doing this by myself, I would have done it just in silence in about 10 minutes, but I want to do it with somebody who is willing to share this journey with me. Today we'll be talking about reprogramming and rewiring your mind. As you all know, my name is Evelyn Kim, and welcome back to my channel. Please remember to subscribe so that you can catch all the days until the 21 days, so that you don't miss anything, because this is going to be a life transforming journey for the next now we have 19 days to go. So just keep that bell ringing so that you know when I post, and keep up with the trend that I am trying to teach you. So anyway, what I'm trying to teach you is how to achieve anything through reprogramming of your mind. What I do basically in my life is that I help people heal and transform their lives or find success through profound mind mastery techniques that help them transform how they think, how they function, how they do their things, and how they achieve their goals. We are born and we have been brought into this world, and based off of what we've been taught from the Bible, when Adam and Eve sinned, they were told that they would have to toil hard to get whatever it is that they wanted. But that does not transform to us having to work so many hours in order to feed ourselves, or in order to live comfortable lives, because that is a perception that we've been made to believe. And I always call it, we've been put in a box where we have been made to understand and believe that we have to work hard. You have to transform how much you're earning versus how much or how many hours you're working. And that is not the reality. The reality is that you can choose to transcend and choose to own anything in this world just by transforming your mind. So I am going to be giving you a few steps that you're going to be taking every day. And if you have a book and paper, please make sure that you write. A book and pen. Bear with me. It's almost midnight here. So one of my first things that I always do is have my morning affirmations. I feel like they've been overridden, and some people are using affirmations the wrong way, or some people are taking affirmations and assuming that there's only one way to do it, and when it doesn't work, they feel like affirmations don't work. But I believe that affirmations work. But affirmations have to be coupled by a few other things. Affirmations have to be coupled by your mind. You have to change what you think, how you think, right? So if, for example, I asked you, what's your dream, what's your goal for 2025? I would expect you to think out of the box. I would expect you to think, you see, when you sit and daydream, and in most cases people use that term daydream to mean things that are out of this world, things that would never happen, things that we just think about and smile and be happy but will never come to be real. That is the imagination I want you to give your mind. That is the imagination I want you to give your life. That is the imagination I want you to apply from today, to change your perception and say that, believe that anything is possible. Have faith that anything is possible beyond any doubt. Once you get to that step, then we can talk. Because in most cases, no matter how many times you say your affirmations, if in your mind you believe that it's not true, or if you say your affirmation like, oh, I am worthy, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I speak life, no matter what you're saying, if you do not believe that conviction to be true, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of everybody's time. So don't waste your time saying affirmations when you haven't searched your heart to understand what it is exactly that you're looking for, what it is exactly that your heart wants. That is why if you look at day 1 and day 2, we talked about letting go. In day 2, we talked about embracing a new reality. right? And now we're talking about rewiring your mind. And by rewiring your mind, day 2 we talked about what you want to achieve. Yeah, what is your vision? What is your plan for 2025? What are the things that you want to get? So now that you know now that we're on this day where we're talking about rewiring your mind, actually I should have made it number 2, but I really needed you to write down whatever it is that you want. But now that we're on day 3, I'd like you at the end of this class or at the end of this interaction, go back to whatever it is that you wrote yesterday, and I want you to put right across the page and sit down and ask yourself genuinely and completely, what do I want? Right? So let me go back to reading the Bible, then we will be able to keep track of what I'm talking about. So today I'll be reading from the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And I would recommend that you read the whole of that chapter. That chapter has a lot of, it's actually going to give you everything in a nutshell about everything that we're going to be talking about today. So Romans chapter 12 verse 2 says, don't be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, so that you can figure out what God's will is, what is good and pleasing and mature. I'm going to be reading a few chapters from, a few verses from this chapter. But you see how it ends, so that you may find out what is pleasing and mature. Rewiring of your mind basically comes from changing how you think about things. If you think that you can't achieve something because you were born maybe in a poor or humble background, then I need you to trash that belief. If you believe that you have to work to get paid, don't get me wrong, you have to put your action into your work. But if you believe that you can only achieve abundance through giving out your energy, then I need you to change that perception today. That is my whole concept of these 21 days of transforming your 2025. Why am I saying that? Your mind can kill you. Your mind can build you. Your mind can put you on a stagnant rotation. If you choose to think negatively about yourself, because that is the root of everything, it starts from within. Let's scratch that and go to how you protrude. If every time you see somebody, you're correcting them or saying something bad that they have done, or trying to see what they can change for them to be more pleasing or appealing to you, then you have completely lost your reasoning, right? Because that is materialism thinking. We don't want to have materialism thinking. We want to have real empathetic, real concern, real intentional thinking, right? So when you choose to maybe go meet your friends or go to work and have this mood or give out a certain energy to people, this is the conforming of the world. Why is it conforming of the world? Because conforming of the world basically is aligning to the reality of the world. Okay, say I'm going through a rough patch. I don't have enough money to pay rent, and so it's affecting my mood. It's affecting, because the minute I think I'm poor, or I think I'm not going to be able to pay my rent, of course it worries me, and worry comes from fear, and then I'm worried, and the minute I'm worried, it changes my whole demeanor, my whole energy. Now I'm on a flight mode, right? And the minute you are on a flight mode in the sense of you're just waiting for something to happen to run, yeah, you're already keeping yourself safe, because if you're already feeling that something bad is about to happen because you don't have your rent, right? The minute you allow that thought to be the only thought you think about, when you wake up, you're thinking, oh my God, I don't have rent. You sit down every 3 minutes, oh my God, I don't have rent. Oh my God, what am I gonna do at the end of the week? Oh my God. And it keeps coming in your head in form of fear, in form of worry. That is a reality, right? You don't have any money. That is a reality. But that is the world. But if you change how you view not having money or not having rent, then it can change the reality. So this is how you should go about doing it. Go about and ask yourself. First of all, start with gratitude. Gratitude from a place of, I have been able to pay rent before. Thank you, God, because you have given me a place to live before. Then go ahead and ask yourself, if God has given me a place to live before, if I have gotten rent before, it wasn't because of my might and power. It doesn't matter how many hours you worked. It was because God decided that job had to come. It was because that God decided you had to do that for you to get paid, for you to get the rent to pay that, right? But now, with you getting into a place where I'm telling you to sit down and be totally wild about the life that you want to, the life that you want to live. First of all, I would think it crazy, but that's entirely up to you. But I would think it crazy if you're going to sit down and think of, I want to get 2 jobs that pay me this much money, and if I'm working 60 hours, then I'm able to make 30,000 or whatever amount. I don't want you to come into this practice thinking of what you're gonna give for you to get back. I want you to only think about what you're gonna get. Like, I want you to be so selfish and so self-centered to a point that you don't think about you lifting even a finger. But you've been told, if God comes down and says right now, whatever you write on that paper, I promise you, you are going to get it. He appears before you right now and tells you, right now, I want you to write anything and everything that you want to achieve in 2025. And I promise you, anything and everything you write, I will give to you. Now that is where you go. You start now, you're soul searching. You go into your brain and ask what it is that you want. Let me go back and read the same chapter. Chapter 7. It says, verse 7 says, we have different gifts that are consistent with God's grace that has been given to us. If your gift is to prophesy, you should prophesy in proportion to your faith. If your gift is service, devote yourself to serving. If your gift is teaching, devote yourself to teaching. If your gift is encouragement, devote yourself to encouraging. The one giving should do it with no strings attached. Love should be shown without pretending. Live at peace with all people. These are all things that I'm taking from bits and pieces of that whole chapter. If you read the whole of that chapter, it is going to tell you exactly how you're going to be transforming your mind, how you're going to be living with other people, how you're going to be thinking, how you're going to be planning the next chapter of your life. Because the next chapter of your life is not going to be just an ordinary life. It's going to be the exception. It's going to be a place where you sit down and ask God, what have you called me to do? And guys, you don't have to go, just because you're asking God what you have to do, doesn't mean that you have to go out reading the Bible to people and preaching the word of God. But let whatever that it is that you've been called to do be something that actually serves 1 person, 2 person, 3 person. It doesn't matter if it's business. You're making your money, make wealth, lots of wealth. Make lots of money from just your business. But let that business be a transformation to somebody else's life. Yeah? So as you're making your decisions and making your plans, check your business and see. Ask yourself, fine, I want to make all this money doing this. How is this going to help the people that are going to be getting the services or the product from me? How is it going to transform them? If you don't know the answer, ask God. Ask Him. He'll give you the answer. I promise you. If you had asked me one day if I would be out reading the Bible in front of the camera on YouTube, I would have thought you're crazy. Why? Because I have lived a crazy life. I am a single mom of 2 children from 2 different dads. So really, who am I to sit and think that I am worthy to read the Bible and preach to somebody and tell them what God is saying? But I always knew that I was called to motivate and change somebody. But I always ask myself, how can you change somebody when you haven't even changed yourself? Yeah, I would always ask myself, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? With everything that you've gone through, with who you have been, with where you have been, with what you have done, who do you think you are to stand and read the Bible and change somebody's fate? But the one thing I knew for sure I loved, or I still love, is I am drawn to motivate and change people's lives. I sit with you as a stranger and I find myself giving you something, a transformational advice that if you apply in your life, it changes your life forever. And people have come back to me and told me, you told me this and this and this 6 months ago and I did it. And I'm like, I told, really? Because that is who I was called to do, and I'm doing it free with all my heart, enjoying it because I love it when everybody succeeds. I am not one of those people who are jealous when somebody is doing better than me. I flourish in, oh really? And I want to know more, and I want to know how they did it. Because guess what? If they did it and I can get to learn from them, then I can do it too. So how do I benefit by not loving and accepting everybody and their success? And that comes with renewal of your mind, my sweetie. Everything that has to do with renewal of your mind expresses joy and love to everybody, empathy to everybody, without limitation. Because once you renew your mind, you know there is more to give, more than you can give. There's more to give than more than you can give. Like your heart bubbles up with so much. And so as you go into this journey, ask yourself, what is it that I want? Go in without any limitation. And the minute you're in, then ask yourself, how is it going to change somebody's life? How is it going to be impactful into somebody's life? And the minute you get there, then now you're starting to see. Because vision comes with transformation. And it doesn't have to be your transformation. Transforming somebody else's life is what will transform you. That is the secret of life. And that is the circle of life. Right? So think about that as you go into the next chapter of writing what it is that you want and rewiring your mind and writing your visions and writing your plans and writing your goals and tracking your habits and just going into the next phase without any apologies. Don't limit yourself in anything that you do in the next chapter. Don't limit yourself. And so the steps that I'd like you to take is make sure that you do your morning affirmations. Morning affirmations can also be in a form of prayer, right? As you're praying, I want you, if you might not be good at prayer, at reading the Bible, you might not know verses off of your head, but you can always Google verses that say you're going through anxiety, verses to help with my anxiety, or verses to help with my finances, or verses to help. You can read, even you can find yourself remembering just one verse that will transform your prayer life, right? Affirmations come in form of prayer, come in form of speaking. Remember, in the Bible also, I'll give you that verse one of these days. The Bible also tells us that we have been given the power, that our tongue has been given the power to speak life and to speak death. I have spoken so much about this in previous videos, right? So if your power has been given, if your tongue has been given the power to speak life and death, and you're being told to manifest, why would you not? Why would you not? Because it only says that if you manifest and your power has already been given the power to speak life and death, manifestation comes with speaking life. Yeah, you're speaking life, you're speaking abundance, you're speaking love, you're speaking success, you're speaking whatever it is that you're speaking, and you're speaking with your tongue, the tongue that has been given the power. Don't forget, the same person who has been given the power to speak life and death is the same person who has been created in the image of God. Yeah? Who is God? Creator of heaven and earth. Magnificent. All powerful, all knowing, omnipresent. Anything that you can think about, God is awesome. And if you have been created in His likeness, then who are you? You are Him. You are Him. And so that says that anything that you proclaim with your tongue will happen. Number 2, I want you to visualize. As you write down your goals, start practicing visualization. Visualization is where you sit down comfortable. It's a form of meditation, but it's different. You can do visualization anywhere, at any time. You can sit down waiting to get into an interview and sit and visualize. And you visualize your job interview going right, and you go in and everything that you visualized happened. But you have to do it right. You have to do grounding. Remember to ground yourself. And as you visualize, I want you to make sure that there is no fear. There is nothing that is limiting you into thinking and believing that whatever you have written or whatever that you want will come to life. As you start to visualize, I would like you to imagine as you imagine it, assume that it has already happened. Anything that you visualize in the present. Visualize in the present. If it's that business that you want to start visualizing. See yourself. If you want to work from home, or you want to work from wherever you want to work, visualize yourself. Visualize where is your office going to be? Where is your space going to be? Where is your laptop going to be? Do you have a laptop? How are you going to get the laptop? It's a step by step. So if you need to get a laptop, you have to have a visualization of you going to get your laptop. How you're going to get it. Visualize you feel. It has to be coupled with your emotion. You have to feel. How does it feel when I get that laptop? How will it feel? Then imagine you've just gotten it right now. See yourself getting that laptop. See how happy you are. See yourself running home and being excited and saying, this is my laptop now. I'm going to work from home. I'm going to put it here. This is going to be my office. You know, everything that you want to come to life, it has to start from here. This is your garden. This is your Garden of Eden. Your Garden of Eden is this. And it can only be destroyed when you allow the serpent to give you a fruit. And the serpent only gives you a fruit by giving you a thought that is not right. A thought that makes you think that, no, I must be wrong for believing that I can drive that car. I must be wrong for believing that I can live wherever I want. I must be wrong. Anything that gives you that doubt is a serpent giving you that fruit. So you have to choose. Do you want to take the fruit, or do you want to enjoy the Garden of Eden. But guess what? In life, you've already taken the fruit. How do we take the fruit at the Garden of Eden? By living life. When you live life and you fail in some areas, you have so much fear. You have so much fear. Now you start to hide. If you've done business before and failed and lost money and all that, you see an opportunity, you're scared, you're afraid. Oh my God. What if I enter again and I lose some more money? Or what if? And that is what the devil wants. The devil comes to steal, kill, and to destroy. But God has come so that you may have life and have it abundantly. So no matter what you've done before and failed, let it go out of the window. That is past tense. That is history. Remember, that was our number one. Step one was letting go. Everything that has happened in 2024 and before is history. Ancient history. So let it go. Yeah? Don't allow the serpent to give you the fruit. That is how we get lost. Because once you've eaten that fruit, now you're afraid. You're not sure if you're good enough. You're not sure if you're good enough to be seen by God. You're not sure if you're good enough to be seen by God. But you are. Sweetie, you are. So just let it go. Move on. And say, now I'm going to visualize whatever I want. But make sure you couple it with your emotion. And ride that horse to the end. That fantasy horse, ride it to the very end. If you want to see yourself in your own jet, see yourself owning that jet. See yourself, what are you going to call that jet? What is the name? I am still going through my vision board. I have achieved so many things that I have written in my vision board. I have destroyed so many things that I have written in my vision board, and I have seen them come to life. But because I ate the fruit, fear has made me let them go, and I have seen blessings walk away. I have it on my vision board, and I have visualized, and I have seen it, and I have gotten to that point. So don't allow anything to come before you and take away your joy, and take away, because remember when we read that verse, it says, let me bring it close. It says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you can figure out what God's will is. What is good and pleasing and mature. Yani, visualization does not come with anything negative or anything painful or anything that makes you feel some type of way. It comes with everything good, pleasing, and mature. You can only achieve greatness at maturity. So please don't be scared. Don't be scared. Yeah? Visualize. Once you do the visualization, the next step is gratitude journaling. Remember, if you watched my video yesterday, I displayed some of the merchandise that I have that can help you in taking this journey with me. We have a meditation manifestation journal. We have a gratitude journal. We have so many things in the store that you can actually take and use through this journey. So make sure you do your gratitude journaling. You have to write your gratitude every day. You have to. That is the number one thing you need to do. Actually, that should be your step one. The minute you wake up in the morning, thank you, God, for life. Thank you, God, for my children. Thank you for giving them life. Thank you for the good health. Thank you because I can breathe without a machine. Thank you. Guys, you cannot lack at least 10 things to give thanks for. 10 things. Free oxygen. Feet that can walk. So that means you won't struggle. Hands. No, like whatever. You first start by giving gratitude for your body, because without this you're out. This is your mansion. God built it for you. This is your mansion. So without this you're off. So you start by giving gratitude for you, for this, for your family, give gratitude every day. At the end of the day when you go to bed, remember to sit down or lie down. And before you sleep, as you sit in that zoning out phase, why don't you ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? And thank God for every little thing that has happened the whole day. It could be just one thing. It could be just that you were so hungry, but one person gave you $5 that brought food to your table. Gratitude journaling is the one thing that will transform your life. The minute you start giving gratitude to God, giving gratitude to the universe, giving gratitude to people, when people give you, well, no matter how small you might think it is, give gratitude. That is where the renewal of a mind starts. The minute you start giving gratitude, you feel good, you feel happy. And then when you feel happy, it goes into your head. Everything good, pleasing, and mature, right? And then you can start and once your head has those pheromones and everything, your creativity now shoots to the sky. You start thinking about everything that you can do. God starts giving you all the ideas of how you can achieve all the things that you've written that you want. Yeah? I want you to be mindful. Make these 21 days as intentional as you can be with everything that you do. How you speak to people, how you deal with people, how you talk to people. I know I've said speak. Please bear with me. Like I said, I'm very sleepy. But you have to be mindful. Yeah? Don't forget we're doing meditation. Do breath work. Breath work helps your body and your cells be more oxygenated. When you're more oxygenated, your brain thinks right. Everything that you think in your head is right. It doesn't give room for anxiety and fear. Yeah? So do your breath work. Yeah? Nourish your body, nourish your mind, nourish your spirit. How do you nourish your body, mind, and spirit? Take walks. You don't have to do brisk walking, just a walk, laughing with your daughter, with your wife, with your friend, alone. Don't have your headphones on. Feel the universe, feel nature, hear the wind, take walks. Okay? Eat right. If you eat a lot of processed food, or if you don't know how to check what you're eating, start checking your videos. There's so much information. Yeah, what is right to eat? So many processed foods are killing us. They're killing our spirit, they're killing our motivation, they're killing our mind. What are you eating? What are you feeding your body? Are you hydrating enough? We are 70% water. What does that tell you? We have to hydrate. It's like a plant. If you take a plant and plant it on the ground, if there is no water, that plant will dry. We are one. We are like that tree, that plant. So if you don't hydrate your body, you're just withering. You're just withering. Yeah? Make sure you do self-care. Yeah? Cleanliness is second to godliness. If you haven't organized your house, if you haven't organized your room, if you haven't organized your space, clean it up, organize it. Make your space as amazing as possible. If God comes right now and says, I want to have a seat, where is he going to sit? Does he have a place to sit with you and talk to you? Yeah, create room for God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Let them come and sit with you. Let them have dinner with you. Yeah? And guys, one thing that I know kills our motivation is when we are really hopeful, when we do everything right. You have meditated, you have journaled, you have given gratitude, you have done everything. And then you're like, nothing is happening. But trust me, something is happening. Just trust the process. Trust the process and don't stop. Just keep being consistent. Keep doing your thing. And I promise you, it will pay off. It will pay off. So guys, don't stop. Rewire your brain as many times as you can. Rewire it. This is a practice that I do every day that I'd like you to try. every few hours, you can even decide every 2 or 3 hours, every 2 hours actually. Scrap that. Now that we're starting this game, why don't you do it every hour? Every hour, allow yourself 1 minute. Yani, I'm asking you for 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Just 1 minute out of the 1 hour. I just want you to, every time, no matter how busy your work is, no matter how busy you are, no matter what you're doing, just allow yourself 1 minute every hour to reconnect with yourself, to rewire yourself. And the only thing I want you to do, I want you to just sit, take a big inhale, and you don't even have to sit. You can do it standing from wherever you are, right? Just breathe in and out and let everything go. And for a minute, just disconnect from your brain. Assume you'd have no brain. Don't think, don't do anything. Just let your brain float and let it go. So what I do is I'll breathe in, I'll breathe out, and in the next breathe in, I'll hold my breath. And I'll make sure to hold it as long as I can. And as I'm holding it, my head is not thinking about anything. And if you do it right, you can hold your breath even up to 15 to 20 seconds. And then let it out slowly. As you let it out slowly, just let your brain float and hold it. As you're holding that space, listen to your body. What are you feeling? Just ask your body, what are you feeling? Ask your blood. Yes, crazy. Have you ever asked any part of your body how it's doing? Ask your blood. How are you doing? Listen to your blood flowing in your body. Listen to your blood flowing from your head to your legs to your every part of your body. Just listen to your blood. And it's going to be very scary, especially if you are anxious. You will feel like your body is about to vibrate and take off like a rocket, which is not a good thing, and it can be very scary. But just breathe in and out and just let it settle down. Breathe in, breathe out until you get to a point where you feel once you have that deep exhalation, now you're getting somewhere. Okay? So keep rewiring your mind, and this is one of the biggest steps in the next 21 days. This day is the biggest. Number 3. Don't take it for granted. Number 3 is a very powerful number. Rewiring your brain is very powerful. So let's continue. Let's continue this journey of transforming our goals and transforming our mind and transforming our destiny and transforming our desires in a very profound way. I wish you the best, and I look forward to having you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about embracing abundance, gratitude, faith, how you can embrace it and make it better. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Good night.